And we are back. Brian Broaddus, I must say, sir, you know, you a part of me was like, yeah, you know, maybe I'm gonna hold on to these picks before I release them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pick a little rollout, you know, pick a little day to, you know what I'm saying, set it and forget it. Maybe next week sometimes.
Yeah.
Brian, as soon as they hit my hand.
You were thinking about how you were gonna release them?
They out, Brian. they out.
Oh, they're already out.
They already out. They out and they on Instagram. I've already picked the best ones of me. I've changed the filter, put them in black and white, and I've put a fancy hip hop song over the back of it. Brian Broaddus is a rap, and it fits the vibe perfectly, sir. It fits the vibe perfectly, sir. Y'all, please go to my Instagram, Voch Lombardi. It's ridiculous how well they came out, Brian. So for anybody that wants to see. They on my Instagram, Brian.
Did you turn them all? Did you flip them all into black and white, or did you just flip a couple of them?
Well, that's normally what I do. I take photos. I like put them in black and white and just throw them up on my Instagram. I like the black and white feel. So I took about the best 6 or 7 that I liked. You know what I'm saying? A couple of them with me and you.
Yeah.
And I put them in.
Oh, wow. Hey.
Yeah, of course. And I put it in black and white. And then I kept one with me and you in color at the end so that they knew I was wearing that charcoal gray. I had to let them know I was wearing the charcoal gray. So I put just one in color at the end so they knew what it all looked like in there. But Brian Broaddus, shouts out to my guy Jeremiah. They came out fantastic.
Jeremiah was a Cowboys photographer, team photographer for several years, and he is his work is you're gonna, if you go on Voch's you go on his Instagram, you'll see his attention to detail is tremendous. His ability to work with colors and then to angles and reflections and all kinds of things, and he does a lot of work with Dak, does a lot of work with Emmitt Smith. He's just this guy that's just pro's pro. There you go.
That's hard, Brian. That's hard. Yeah, that's hard, Brian.
Yeah, there was a couple of like I say, I was trying to go through them, and I was like, damn, Voch's pictures are so much better than mine. but that's but I like I said, hey, we got the website. This is kind of the final thing. I was talking with William Boykins, who did the Cowboys website today. And he just got back from Seattle. He was doing work with Tank Lawrence, who's creating some stuff. So he was working on that. And I picked out our pictures and sent them to William. And so here we are.
Oh man, it is. You mute. Y'all, Brian's a little sick. All right, so y'all be sure look at him coughing up a storm. Y'all be sure to bear with us. All right, he'll be fine tomorrow. He ain't want to take a night off.
Did you guys hear that? Did you hear the cough?
Nah, I ain't here.
Okay, good. I hit the button there. So
yeah, you got it. Brian wants to work incredibly hard for you guys. All right, so be sure to follow him. Crown Global Media updates will be coming soon. I'll be in camp 21st through the 29th. Y'all be sure to keep your eyes open for that one. And I got a couple questions here, Brian. I had 12, but Brian's sick, so I got 3.
You could ask 12 questions. I'll be fine. I did with Jeff's show. By the way, too, thank you. I was about in a coughing attack, but yeah, what I was trying to explain real quick.
Oh, please.
Was William Boykins and our website and stuff like that. And, when we get that thing launched, you'll be able to kind of, you guys know us by, hanging out with us and stuff, but there's kind of mission statements and our videos and all these things are going to go up and stuff. And super excited about getting that. So Voch and I had to have a couple of glamour shots. I'm really happy they turned out so well. And so excited about that. That hopefully will be up here in the next few days and people could go on it and kind of check and see what we're doing. Like the stuff that we're doing right now, it's on Voch's, but William's got it linked to Voch's account. So you kind of get 2 spots if you want to do that kind of thing. So, but yeah, we're very excited about what's going on at Crown Global Media. And man, I'll tell you what, it is happening fast and furious. And I'm really excited about what we got going on. So you got questions for me. And Brian Broaddus.
Man, Brian, I really want you to put some thought into these, Brian.
I will. I will.
I really want you to put thought into these. I brought stats today.
Oh,
I brought stats from
my son's good with numbers. I'm not.
Shouts out to my guy Bennett, man. Bennett's a dog out here, man. Bennett got dog in him. Brian,
Yeah.
I went back to 2019, 2022, 2021.
Okay.
And I looked for certain situations. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to take a current player and I'm going to ask you, has that current player shown you enough to feel like that they would exceed that same situation that this older player was in? I'll explain to you, Brian. You're going to do great at this.
Okay.
I'll start with this one. Tony Pollard's rookie year, Brian.
Okay.
Man, Zeke was a lead dog out there, Brian Bros. You know what I'm saying? Zeke was doing his thing.
Oh, a lot of yards.
Brian, Tony Pollard had 86 carries, 455 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
15 catches, 107 yards, and 1 receiving touchdown.
Yeah.
Does Jaydon Blue exceed that this year? You damn right, Brian Bros. You damn right, Brian Bros. You damn straight it.
Yeah. This is where I'm at on Blue.
Now think about this, Brian. 86 carries. Think about the carries.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
455 yards.
Yeah.
Really break this down for me. 2 touchdowns, Brian. 107 receiving yards, only 15 catches.
Yeah, I think boy, I want to believe it about Blue. I really, really do. And will he get I think he'll get the carries. I think he'll get more receiving opportunities. This is where I'm going to be concerned. Is Blue going to be able to come in and pick up everything that they're asking him to do assignment-wise? Is there any type you and I I drag you into the learning curve thing. But this is where the usually rookie running backs can be plug and play. Usually they can. They kind of figure out, what they need to do. He might be a little bit more of a specialized guy his first year. I don't believe he's going to be the initial starter. So he's going to have to kind of figure out, okay, what's the role they have for him? He needs to play, no question. The tape will show you that. I wonder if we didn't hear a lot about Blue during the OTAs and mini camps and stuff like that, because there was some struggle picking up exactly what they wanted him to do. And so this is where now in training camp, got to keep a close eye on this one. Were others getting opportunities ahead of him? Where you saw where Turpin and even Lamb getting running back reps, things that you would think would be kind of in Blue's wheelhouse. It made me wonder a little bit, though, is he picking up things quickly enough? Did he pick things up quickly enough in the OTAs and in mini camps and stuff like that? I'd like to believe that if he did, he would have probably had a lot more opportunities. I don't know this for a fact. I'm just trying to gauge why I didn't see him a whole lot, or why I didn't hear about him a whole lot. I was starting to hear about Sanders and, with Williams. And then the one time I got to watch practice, it was, oh, look, they're putting Turpin back there. So he's capable of breaking all those numbers. Very capable. Need to figure out, though, if he's picking up things quick enough. And that's just me. That's just me in an observation. That's not anybody coming up and saying, hey, Broaddus, this Jaydon Blue is struggling in the classroom. It's going to take some time. Be alert, that kind of thing. I just wonder, because that's the one thing that keeps running backs off the field. if they don't know what they're doing or they don't have a feel for what they're doing. And so I think I'll have an idea watching training camp practices where he's at. Yeah. I think you and I'll be standing there and like, oh, good read, good pickup. Okay. Good go, good cut. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow, he missed the blitz pickup there. Oh, wow, he's not looking very stable in the one-on-one pass block stuff with the linebackers. You know, these are all things that you kind of the athletic ability, the talent, the explosiveness, everything about him is there. But is he going to pick things up, and how quickly can he pick things up? He's got some veteran guys ahead of him too. You know, he's got veteran guys that have been through this, that understand this. So that would be the only thing to keep me from saying, yes, Voch, he's gonna do all that.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, he's definitely got veterans around him. But the one thing that them veterans ain't got is bursty ass juice. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that they ain't got. So if he goes out there and shows, you know, what he could do, feet on the ground, I think his ways you can work around. Like Tony Pollard couldn't pass block for a long time, but they found a way to get him involved. You know, back in the day it was all right. Just put Hunter Lipke at running back and let him, or put whoever the fullback is, like put him at running back and let him pass pro, right? And then they'll just let Tony run and catch the football. I hope for Blue's sake that there's the learning curve on what the ability is off the charts. Mm-hmm. Picking everything up is a difficult thing for running backs. Sure.
It could be a difficult thing.
Honestly, Brian, I thought Zeke was so oppressive, or or at least his presence was. Man, I think Jaydon Blue can break 455 yards easy. I'm not sure if he get 85 carries or 86 carries, but I think he can get that yardage, 455. He may not get the touchdowns. I don't know what that's going to look like in particular, but this one is what really caught my eye, Brian. 15 catches for 107 yards. Tony Pollard basically caught a catch a game. That's not enough.
That's not enough, and not for this guy.
Yeah,
but I just wonder if it's going to turn into him being active, but him being active because of special packages and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we'll know in training camp. Because he could break all those numbers easily if he picks up everything that he's supposed to.
Brian, you've heard me ask this question before. Whether it be on the Doing All Right, we've talked about it on the Cowboys break. Brian, I keep going back to that 2022 Cowboys team that was second in the league in sacks.
Yeah.
Before I reveal some numbers, Brian, just quick answer. You ain't got to elaborate too bad right now. Just a quick answer. How many sacks you think Donovan Ezraku gets this year?
8.
So, Brian, I'm looking at the 2022 Cowboys defense that was number 2 in the league in sacks. They had 54 altogether, Brian. The number 1 guy was Micah Parsons with 13.5.
Yeah.
The number 2 guy was Dorrance Armstrong with 8.5 sacks.
There you go.
Number 3 was Tank Lawrence with 6 sacks.
Yeah.
Dante Fowler was 6, and Sam Williams had 4.
Yeah.
And, you know, Donovan Wilson may have had 2 or 3. Osa had 4. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I'm just talking about edges right now.
Yep.
I don't disagree with you, Brian Bruss. I think Donovan Ezraku is about an 8-sack guy. Like in his rookie campaign, I wouldn't be mad if he's an 8-sack guy, just being the third pass rusher, getting one-on-one rushes and opportunities like that. I 100% believe that he can get 8 sacks. But Brian, if he get 8 sacks, that'll put him right up here with Dorrance, who was the number 2 guy. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's a better player than Dorrance Armstrong.
And that's kind of where I'm going here, Brian Bruss.
Yeah.
You know, if Micah comes out and be Micah, we already know what Micah is capable of being. I assume that Dante Fowler would be your second sack getter.
Probably.
So, Brian, you think,
how about 16, 10, 8, now go down from there for
Brian,
the rest?
Do you think Donovan Ezraku could beat Tank Lawrence's 6 sacks? I mean, you said so 8. But
Yeah,
so look, let's word it like this. Let's word it like this. Can Donovan Ezeraku, can he get more sacks than Dante this year? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
put that in context with this, please. Go ahead.
He absolutely can, because the thing with Ezeraku is he knows how to rush.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to teach him how to bend and how to get low and how to attack the blocker and stay down and take the angles. You don't. He is a natural pass rusher that way.
Mm-hmm.
The explosive first step, the quickness. Yes, he could. He is so much better. And no disrespect to the others that you named, but this guy. We've said this a bunch. One of the top 3 pass rushers in this draft, just on his ability to attack the pocket the way he does. So when you don't have to teach a guy how to do that, now he might get frustrated along the way. I think I said 8. This thing is going to fall 6, 7, or 8. That's what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
6, 7, or 8. That's where it's going to fall. I think he's going to be real close to being double digits. I think he's 1 or 2 sacks away from being that kind of guy. I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
I know Fowler was a double-digit guy sack at the Commanders. I wouldn't put it past Ezeraku. I mean, I say 6, 7, and 8, but he's got that technique.
Yeah.
He's got that ability. He knows how to break blockers down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge advantage.
Like if he could do anything day one, he could pass rush and get pressures. You know what I mean? May not be a rundown guy day one. Like he's cool run, but sacks, like he gonna get pressures day one, bro, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he is so far ahead of a pass rusher as say Marshawn Nealon.
Sure. Yeah.
He's so far ahead of him.
It was really interesting to look at this list, Brian. You know, because like Micah didn't have like a TJ Watt 20 sack year or nothing like that. You know, 13.5 is good. You know what I mean? But Micah really didn't blow it away like that. But seeing Dorrance in second place with 8.5 and seeing Tank in third place with 6, in my mind, Brian, I'm thinking, man, Dante and Donovan better than them. Dante and Donovan better than them, you know. So I think you can shatter this, Brian. Honestly, Sam might be what he is. Even like way down the line, like Chauncey Golston had like 2 sacks that year. Marshawn Nealon, assuming that he plays the whole season, he can get 2 sacks. You know, playing B gap sometimes, playing outside sometimes. And Osa got like 4.5. So I would assume that Osa would get better. I say all that to say is I think this could be a better pass rushing unit than this pass rush unit that was second in the league in sacks with 54.
I don't think we're blowing smoke or anything like that or Kool-Aid-ing it.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that Ezeraku, this guy should have been picked in the first round.
I agree.
When you start to talk about legitimate, real pass rushers, this guy should have been picked in the first round. There's going to be people at the bottom of that first round. They're going to like, God dang, we passed on this guy. Seriously, this kid, he gets it. He knows how to rush the passer. That's half the battle. Like I say, Marshawn Nealon doesn't know how to rush the passer. That's a huge difference right there.
Yeah. I like this one right here, Brian. Bro, you ready for this? This right here going to be 1-on-1. Hey, Brian. I think about the last time Dak was healthy for a whole season. Went crazy numbers wise, like I think he will this year. But he had a true healthy big 3.
Yeah.
At wide receiver. A lot of people look at Dak's big 3 as Cooper, Gallup, and Lamb, but they never really played together. They was always hurt.
Yeah.
And if they were healthy, like Dak was hurt, you know what I'm saying? So I had to go back to 2019 to find Dak Prescott when he was healthy and he had a big 3 at wide receiver. He threw for 4,900 yards this year. Well, that year. Brian, in that year, you're going to like this, Brian. That year, Dak's number one receiver was Amari Cooper, clearly. 79 catches, 1,189 yards, and 8 touchdowns. I would love to have that guy back here. That was Michael Gallup's breakthrough year, Brian Broaddus. 66 catches, 1,107 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Why this is important is because I can see CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens' numbers looking kind of like that, Brian. I don't think Lamb is going to have another 1,700-yard season with Pickens here. You don't want that. You kind of want them to even it out a little bit. But, Brian, this is where it gets interesting. Watch this. The third receiver that year, Brian Broaddus, was Randall Cobb.
Wow.
Randall Cobb got 55 catches, 828 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And I was a fan of Randall Cobb. Now, Brian, Jalen Tolbert had a cool little year last year, but he was damn near wide receiver 1. CD got hurt and all that. Dak got hurt. It was some nonsense. Cooper Rush was throwing the football around. It wasn't right, Brian. I want you to think about the variable that Jalen Tolbert is like wide receiver 3 or 4 now, even behind Ferguson.
Yeah.
Dak's going to be throwing the ball. I think this is going to be a very powerful passing game is what I think is going to be, Brian Broaddus. Brian, do you think Jalen Tolbert can be better than what Randall Cobb was in 2019? 55 catches, 828 yards, and 3 touchdowns with Pickens and CeeDee Lamb getting theirs?
I'm going to say...
I know, bro.
Yeah.
I know, man.
I don't think so.
Man.
I don't think so. I've been begging for consistency, and I've been begging for the next step and begging for the jump, the leap, whatever you want to call it. Good one game, disappears for 3. No. I'd love to believe that he could, but I don't see it.
Even last year, Brian, Jalen Tolbert got 49 catches for 610 yards and 7 touchdowns, which is a lot of touchdowns, but 610 yards, 49 catches.
Yeah.
And that was last year when he was wide receiver 2 and 1.
Yeah.
I
don't see it. And that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible to say. But
okay.
I don't feel like I say, I've begged for him to be more consistent. I think that you're going to have a rebound with Ferguson. I think one of these backs is going to figure out some of those catches. And I think there's going to be times when Tolbert, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Turpin have more production. I think that last year Tolbert was kind of at the crossroads, and I think it's all passed him by.
Yeah.
I mean, my opinion. I mean, I just don't. Like I said, they've given him opportunity. The touchdowns, the guy makes some plays. He's just not consistent enough doing it. And adding a receiver like Pickens and in a healthier Ferguson, and now you got running backs that catch the ball. Where are his receptions going to be?
Sure.
No.
Brian, do you even think that Tolbert beats Mingo out this year? Or you think Tolbert's going to be savvy, he's going to be, or are they just going to just rotate it out? So you think they're going to be even, or is one going to beat the other out?
They're going to try not to hurt one. They're not going to try and hurt each other's feelings. The coaches will do that.
That's why Pickens was so important, bro. That's what I mean. People get bumped down 2 slots. Because in 11 personnel, they both was on the field. It was happy-go-lucky up in here. That's why Pickens so important. Because now they got to fight for something.
Yeah, they're going to try and be they're going to be trying to be kind to both those guys. But in actuality, it needs to be about Pickens and Lamb, Ferguson, and running backs catching the ball. That's what it needs to be about. So I don't Tolbert, Mingo. I want to believe that Mingo is going to make some plays just because of his size. But I have some questions about that one too.
Yeah. We'll be watching. We'll be watching when we in camp.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I would like to believe that if Mingo were to step up and kind of establish himself as that third receiver, that maybe if Pickens walks, that you feel better about Mingo being around. Lamb, Mingo, and then maybe go draft somebody else or find somebody else, you know. Because I could say I don't have right now. I just don't have a lot of faith in Tolbert.
Sure.
But I think that what they're going to do with Tolbert and Mingo is they're going to try and make them feel good about themselves and split reps and rotate and, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you think do you think the wide receiver 3 that we eventually roll with is on this team already?
For this year?
This year.
Yeah.
Okay.
For this year. Yeah.
I still want Cooper, man. That's what the Eagles would do. That's what Howie Roseman would do. Ain't nobody called him Mark Cooper yet. Hey, man, come on over here, bro. And just come on, just get your old lock and everything.
He would be so much better
than Tolbert.
Than Tolbert and Mingo, and yeah. You would absolutely, that would be. I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to a guy over there in the front office this morning because I was curious about Dak. Because I've become really, really bullish on Dak, and if you listen to me this morning with Jeff and I on the Trusted Tape, and then my actual radio show, we talked about this today, and then you and I talk about it right now. I'm listening to people over there, and guys, gals, I'm not trying to drink the Kool-Aid, or I always say, blow smoke up your ass about this. But there are people over there that are talking about how hard Dak Prescott is working right now. You know, to come back and be better. He hears and he sees and he knows. But I was talking to a person today, and they're like, listen, this guy is every day he is here working on stuff every single day. He ain't missing a day. And that, you know, they've been off now for a little bit, but he's still there every day working and working and working.
Yeah.
And these guys were telling me, one guy's particularly was saying he might be in the best shape of all the times coming back from these major injuries that he's had.
Sure.
That he has been that dedicated, that committed. Folks, I get it. I can feel you through the screen right now. I can just feel you watching this, and you're just shaking your head.
But but Brian, when we walk to the radio to the SWBC Mortgage, we see Dak out there running
every day,
and he looked like he is. Yeah.
And so I'm like listening. I'm just reporting what I'm hearing, guys. Just reporting what I'm hearing. Not trying to influence you. Not trying to influence your opinion that Dak's a loser and he doesn't win in games and it's only a week schedule and he's 10 years and he hadn't done anything. I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just telling you what people who work with him every single day are talking about. You know, and I've never had anybody come up to me and say, listen, this might be the best that he's been coming off one of these major injuries. He goes, there were questions before when he's come off these things.
Yeah.
My guys are like, nah, he's going to be ready to go. Yeah. He can be ready to go. And this is where, and Warren Sharp, who does, Sharp football, pretty reputable guy, if you follow Sharp football and stuff like that, he's been very critical of Dak, and I understand it. He's saying, hey, you either love the guy, you hate the guy, year 10, he's got to be better, I get it. I get all that out there. And he's like, well, this is a guy that never gets blame.
Sure.
He never gets blame. I don't agree with that, man. I think we blame him a lot.
For everything, really.
I think we blame him a lot.
Yeah. What the hell Warren Sharp
so I don't agree with Warren Sharp. Like,
Dak get blamed for shit that ain't got nothing to do with him. Noah Brown drop a pass and Dak get the blame for that.
I find it now. There's things that you could absolutely say that are Dak's. You could give up on Dak. I get it, But to me, the thing that I think held Dak back the most was Mike McCarthy.
Sure.
In certain ways. Yeah. When Dak was having 2 years ago that MVP type season,
yeah,
Mike McCarthy needed to put his foot on the gas and try and accelerate and do more for Dak. Learn more, steal more, innovate more. Hey, listen, let's build on some of the good things that we were doing here. Yeah, did Dak F some things up? Sure. Absolutely. He did. But Mike McCarthy, and here's people again. I read the comments, folks. I know you're going to tell me, you hate Mike McCarthy. I don't hate Mike McCarthy. I hate Mike McCarthy for not taking his offense to another level.
Sure.
I hate him for not taking the players he had and taking that to another level.
Yeah.
You know, and hate's a strong word.
I hate
sports
it.
hate. Sports hate.
I hate that much.
Sports hate. Yeah.
I really
but see, that's what I'm saying. If Brian Schottenheimer falls into that trap of not helping Dak with the way his play calling is, Jerry Jones, why'd you hire this guy then? This guy convinced you that I could help him. I could do things with him. I could, we could be creative and all that. I know the warts. I know what we could do. Please, I beg you, please help this offense. Please try and take this offense to another level. Please be creative, innovative. Show some balls, the way you play, the way you call the game. I kind of feel like your quarterback's in a position right now to respond well to that kind of coaching. I really do.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, then you and I are going to be talking about the 9th overall pick.
Hell yeah, man.
You'll be in film breakdowns. We'll be over at Crown Global Media breaking down guys.
On a big ass screen, yeah, man.
The big ass screen talking about, we'll be doing all that. But I just, all I ask is, yes, just sure, if you want to blame Dak, continue to blame Dak. That's I'm not going to try and change it from that. But I'm also, like I said, I would like this coaching staff to help him. And I don't mean just help him with personnel. I mean help him with things that, be creative, be innovative. I use those words, and for some teams, it just rolls right off the tongue, and they look that way, the way they play. This offense is capable of that. With the weapons they have, it is capable of that.
Yeah. Man, y'all be sure to stay tapped in so when we give y'all these updates, y'all can get them as soon as we give them to you. You know what I mean? We're going to go out to camp, and we're going to be, if Dak's in the best shape of his life, we're going to comment on it.
I'm just saying, man, I know people hate this. I know they hate this. For once, just listen to me. I'm not sitting there trying to tell you. I just had somebody come to me and say, this guy is ready. He is ready. And I think being out of the shadow of Mike McCarthy, that gives me hope. Yeah. That's if you want to give me hopium, that's my hopium right now. That Brian Schottenheimer can get this guy to play at a higher level. He's shown it at times. He's shown it.
Brian Broaddus, ladies and gentlemen, pushing through to give y'all a full show, even though his nose and his face about to fall off. You know what I'm saying?
I am sorry. I'm sorry about the struggle. Man, I really am. I don't get sick, but here we are. It happens. It happens before training camp.
Yeah.
It just happened about 2 weeks early than normal for me for training camp. So it happens every year. It happens during the combine too. It's another time I get sick.
It's all good, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Get you a nap, sir. Get you a nap.
I'm about to take some medicine and go to bed.
It is what it is, brother. VOCHLOMBARDI BRYN Broaddus. Y'all be sure you tap in with both of us to get these updates there. If you want to see the photo shoot, go to my Instagram, Voch Lombardi. I'll put the link in the comments or something like that. And look, if y'all want to answer the questions, these questions, go say it in the comment. Go ahead, Brian. You had something?
No, I'm laughing at your pictures. I thought they were great.
They hard, bro.
I thought they were great. I was,
They tough, bro.
I mean, I just was kind of like basic, like football, trying to be like football guy. You were like a movie star kind of quality stuff, but yeah, but we're good, man. All good.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Y'all hold down for the Doski Woski until next time. All right, Crown.